Just wake up a little bit more early so you have more time to do more of these steps, and then you don't feel like, okay, I don't have time for that. Well, make time. Is it important to you? Is your health important to you? Is your productivity important to you? I'm sure it is. Make the time so you can implement these steps in the morning. I wanted to make this video because I've realized in the past couple weeks, I have been one of those people that wake up in the morning and get their phone in their hands, and then they're scrolling, and then they're like, first they want to check one thing. Like, I want to check like, oh, well, how is this thing doing? Then I'll see like this message from this person, and then I'll go into a spiral, and then like eventually I'll open like Instagram or something, and then I realize it's been 30 minutes, and I'm like, okay. And sometimes it's been an hour. And then you just feel bad because you could be doing so much better. And then like, you know, your goals, and then like, what are you doing? Like, you're just off course. So we don't want to do that, okay? The dopamine detox is upon us. We just have to get back on our grind. I made the 7-step morning routine. It's a productive morning routine steps, and it's gonna apply to almost everyone. I tried to make it applicable to everyone, and we're gonna go through all the steps and why it's gonna be important. So this is gonna be a quick video. Okay, so first things first is you want to prep yourself for the morning from the night before. So that means going to bed earlier. This is something that we hear all the time, but we don't actually do. You're gonna keep hearing it until you actually do it. So just do it. Go to bed earlier the night before, and then you can kind of prepare things the night before as well. So prepare your clothes, prepare your, like, what you're gonna eat that morning, prepare your meals for the day. Whatever you need to do, you can prepare the night before. This just makes your decision, the decision part of your brain where like you have to make decisions in the morning, it makes that less so that you don't have to waste your energy on decision. Like, this is like called decision energy. So in the morning when you have to make like decisions, what am I gonna wear? What am I gonna eat? These drain your energy before you can actually use that energy for productivity. A good morning routine starts the night before. Then we are gonna plan what time we're waking up. So you always wanna wake up a little bit earlier than you want to. Like, when do you actually wake up? Just wake up a little bit more early so you have more time to do more of these steps, and then you don't feel like, okay, I don't have time for that. Well, make time. Is it important to you? Is your health important to you? Is your productivity important to you? I'm sure it is. Make the time so you can implement these steps in the morning. So I usually recommend people wake up an hour before they have to go somewhere, or if they have to start work. So say you want to start work at 8, like if you're working from home, you start work at 8, you'd want to wake up at 7 at least an hour before you have to begin what you need to do. And if you start work at 9 and you have to leave the house by 8, then you're doing the exact same thing. And the same thing goes for if you start work at 7, you're gonna be waking up at 6. Like, don't just wake up at 6:30 because you start work at 7, you just have to like sleep more. No, go to bed earlier, wake up earlier. Okay, so step 2 is gratitude. So you can do this in bed if you wanna make this the easiest, simple way, or you can roll out of bed and get a notebook, your gratitude notebook, have it like beside you or on your desk or whatever, and write 5 things that you are grateful for, and or 5 people that you are grateful for. So the people can be people in your life that you know, people that have passed away, people that are on the internet, like people that you look up to, just people in general, or people in the past as well, like past figures, like ancient historical figures, things like that. Anyone that you have, just 5 people that you are grateful for, and or 5 things that you're grateful for that are not as common. So don't just say the basic. Okay, so do that, and then the next morning try to make those gratitudes different. If you still feel that same gratefulness for those same things, you can still say those things over again, but have it mean the same weight in your body. Like, don't just say them because it's the first thing that comes to mind. Say things that actually have a meaning and that hold weight. Next thing is intention. So you can either write this down, or you can think about it, or just in general, like say it out loud. You want to set an intention for the day. Examples of an intention for the day are either to be productive, to push yourself further, to relax or recharge, to communicate with others, to spend time with family, to be open to new opportunities, etc. Like, there are so many intentions you can set, and it's all up to you. It's all customizable to you. And one day it may be to work really hard, push yourself to get work done, to be productive, and then the next day it could be all about resetting and recharging. Like, that should actually be an intention for a day of the week. Like, you need a day to recharge. You need like time to reset, especially if you're a woman and you work on the moon cycle, and you need time, you need a period of like recharge. because our energy is just drained, we're tired, we just don't work the same as men. So definitely have those intentions some mornings to just rest and recharge. And like you can set up your day in order to achieve that by like taking care of yourself, yoga, meditation, reading, like take a bath, like make yourself some nice food. You can even order food if you don't want to make the food, but sometimes it's better to just make the food because you can actually control the energy that's going into it. And you can do some like cleaning, whatever you need to do. Even an intention could be just to clean, or the intention could just be to just be at peace, or to not be involved in drama, or whatever the case may be for you. Just set an intention and be open-minded and think outside the box of whatever your intention could be. It doesn't have to be like the standard intentions. Okay, so now once you've done that, now you can begin actually like physically doing your day. So you want to start with brushing your teeth. We're going to go into the proper way of like dental hygiene. I'm going to make a video on dental hygiene because there's like a esoteric way of dental hygiene. So, or I may make it into like a esoteric beauty video. But yeah, so we start with brushing our teeth, and then we're going to go into washing our face. But if you're working out heavily and you want to wash your face after you work out, or do your shower after you work out. If you're not heavily working out, or you're not planning on showering, then just do this step, because you don't want to wash your face and then wash it again in the shower. So you know the routine, your standard routine. But sometimes you just gotta like wash your face to get yourself awake, because especially if we're waking up earlier, you want to splash cold water in your face. And in the mornings, I don't wash my face with cleanser. I just do like water and then do my skincare routine. And so in the mornings, when you do that cold water in your face, it wakes you up, and then you can be more awake for the rest of these steps. So, okay, the next thing, and this applies to basically everyone, is a spiritual practice. So it doesn't matter if you are religious or not religious. This is your time for a spiritual practice. So you've woken yourself up, so there's no excuse to like fall back asleep. That's the whole point of washing your face and brushing your teeth before the spiritual practice, is that you're now awake. Like you should have been awake. You brushed your teeth with some minty toothpaste. You've washed your face with cold water, put on your skincare routine. Hopefully the light is on. It's like waking you up. And now it's time for your spiritual practice. So this could either be praying, this could be meditation, this could be mantras, whatever you need to do. Just take a seat. So don't do this in your bed. That's one problem we want to avoid, is doing these practices in your bed. When you do them in your bed, you associate them with sleeping, and then you're more likely to fall asleep. So try to get up and do them somewhere else. So now that you've woken up, you did the rest of your routine, you can now either sit in your room, like close to your bed, but not on your bed. You can do it in a whole nother room, a whole nother floor. You can do it outside. Just sit somewhere where you won't fall asleep and you can focus spiritually. What this does for your brain is it preps you for the day. Because if you don't have that quiet time, you just go straight to your phone, you realize you're really messing up your concentration, your focus. Instead of just going on your phone and that giving you dopamine, you do something like this, a spiritual practice with no stimulation, and it's better for your dopamine receptors. And then now your body's not reliant on like a bad source of dopamine, it's reliant on a good source of dopamine. So whatever you kind of rely on in the morning for dopamine is what you kind of rely on for the rest of the day for dopamine. So if it's your phone, then you kind of look for your phone the rest of the day. So stop yourself from getting that cycle, and then do this spiritual practice and other steps that I've mentioned. And then we're going to stop our body from relying on our phone and relying on those more harmful sources of dopamine. So the next step number 6, is to do some type of physical activity. So whether that's an entire workout routine and then you do your shower afterwards, or whether that's just the quickest stretches, we want to start with at least 3 deep stretches. That's the bare minimum, 3 deep stretches. So sit on a yoga mat, sit on the floor, just stand in a place where there's at least a little bit of room. There's actually no excuses for this. You can really do this anywhere. You can just sit on a chair and do some stretches on your neck or anything. The more the better, but even if you do like 3 stretches deeply for 10 minutes, you're gonna see a really big improvement. The best thing is to have a designated spot for this, but if you don't have the space, or you don't have the spot available, like it's just not your circumstances, if it's just not within your circumstances, you can still do this, like I said, standing up or sitting down. But just do 3 deep stretches. You can just search up stretches in general, and you can pick from those, and you can search things up based on your problems. So like I have like lower back pain, so I would just search up like 3 stretches for lower back pain, or just forget the 3, just stretches for lower back pain, and you can just pick the stretches. Like, you don't have to do 3, do way more, but at least 3 deep stretches. So not just like you want to hold them for at least 20 to 30 seconds. And then while you're doing the stretches, you want to deep breathe. That's another important aspect of this. So while you're doing your meditation or while you're doing your prayer, you can incorporate deep breathing as well. So that could be part of that, or it could be its own thing. And while you're deep breathing, while you're stretching, you're getting more oxygen to the cells and to the muscles, and then you're preventing any injury, and you're just improving the effectivity of the stretch as well. Okay, so my next step is to eat. And this is for my people that they cannot be without food, and in the morning they just need to eat. This would be the time where you eat. And for my people that can do without food in the morning, you would proceed to just go to work or do your tasks, like your hardest tasks, do them, get them done now. Because you work best on an empty stomach, not so much while you're like starving, but while there's nothing in there. So the blood supply is not focused on your stomach. So it's focused on your brain, and you're able to focus a lot more before you eat food. And you don't get distracted, and you're not getting like lethargic because the food is making you tired. Because when all the blood focuses on your digestive tract, that's when your brain is now like, I guess, drained of blood. Not drained with blood, but like it's not focused on your brain. And that's why after a heavy meal, you'll feel lethargic and tired. You just want to sleep because there's so much energy working on your digestive tract. So if you want to be the most effective, you want to do the work and get the work done before you eat. So instead you can just do like a tea or like a light drink. Like you can just make like an electrolyte drink or some water, and then just bring that with you, and then just start working. And if you are going on the go, pack your lunch and go. But always remember, you really do work on an empty stomach best. So right in the morning, do it. Like I'm filming this video right in the morning. Like I woke up, I didn't eat, I didn't even read, I didn't get anything like I didn't do anything to distract myself, and I just made this video. So I just got ready and made this video because I work best on an empty stomach. I work best when I'm concentrated and I'm focused, and I haven't distracted myself with today's distractions and with your phone and with like whatever else is happening in other people's lives. Especially when you check your phone, now you're distracted with other people's lives instead of your own. Focus on your own first, and then you're able to expend energy into others. Okay, so the steps again, guys, are wake. This is a given, but I still put that as a step because it's still kind of like in preparation. It's kind of like combined with the last night's, and then like it's preparing you, and then you also have to like know and jot down the time you're waking up. The next steps: gratitude, then intention, then wash, then spiritual practice, physical activity, and then eat. And that's an optional one, or just get straight to work. So that is the morning routine in preparation for a productive day. I think having a good morning routine sets you up for the day perfectly. But don't forget, night routines are just as important, because how well you sleep is critical to your next day as well. So it depends on how you go to bed. And then the sleep you're getting, the dreams you're having, like sleep is something that is so deep and underrated, I guess, because it's so much more than just like what people know. It's just an entire channel on its own, like just sleep. In the future, I might make a sleep routine video as well. But I'm basically cutting this video short because that's basically it, guys. I'm not going to go through like me making my morning routine because I want to make it to the point, and I don't think you need to see me doing the morning routine for you guys to get it. I'm just making it like on the screen, and then I'm going to make it all nice and pretty so you guys can like screenshot it. This is literally a prime example, guys. I've literally just made electrolytes. I have not eaten. This is what I'm having. Just keeps you hydrated and just like prepares you for the day. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna cut this video short. I do one-on-one coaching. If you want to work with me, in the description, just click my link or message me on my Instagram, and I will give you guys a reply. I keep having like dust particles fly through, but anyways, guys, I will see you in my next video.